So this is the digestive system, physio, specifically the digestion, part B, structure and function of the digestive system. So we're going to try to squeeze in 1 and 2 in this picture here.
Okay, so what's going to happen is that first off, let's explain what these pictures are. Okay, so we have a gastric gland. This is like the volcano, and it'll be considered the gastric gland. It secretes acidic gastric juice. We can go ahead and put 1, 2, and 3. We'll go ahead and put 1 through 2 for the pH, and then 3 liters of day. So when we put acidic gastric juice, we'll write 1, 2, 3. We'll know that we'll need to know that's 1, 2 means for pH, and 3 is for liters a day that it makes. Okay, so this whole thing, pretend it's a volcano. So bear with me, guys. All right. So now, some sections that we need to know. In the picture, it goes from here and up. So we'll have the ECF, the interstitial fluid, and the lumen. All right. So now we have, first off, the volcano is going to erupt, right? So it's going to erupt acidic properties. In order to erupt or to secrete acid, what needs to occur first is that the bicarbonate needs to go back to the ECF via counter transport with chlorine. So meaning the bicarbonate that was originally in the interstitial fluid needs to, via counter transport, switch with chlorine. So now we have a bunch of chlorine inside the interstitial fluid. Okay, now in this section here will be the parietal cells, which secrete HCl, which is acid, right? Hydrochloric acid. Through the parietal cell, what it does is that it secretes specifically hydrogen ions. Through which transport, we'll put a 1 here for primary active transport. And then, so as the hydrogen ions goes out, the chlorine says, hey, it basically follows the H pluses through the diffusion of channels. So once it follows along, it'll combine with the H proton and make hydrochloric acid, which in a sense makes sense because gastric glands secrete acidic gastric juice. How do they do it specifically? They do it through parietal cells. How does the parietal cell secrete acidic juice or acid? Excuse me. It'll secrete through the H pluses, and again the Cl's chlorine will follow along. The mucus cells, think of them like they're earmuffs of the volcano. They will either be, secreting like this ooze, which is alkaline mucus to protect the stomach epithelial tissue. Specifically, these guys are, I should have said this in the beginning, but these guys are simple columnar epithelial, and so it's really easy to confuse the gastric glands with the simple columnar epithelium because they look very similar in their microscope. So don't get those two confused. So again, the mucus cells will secrete alkaline mucus to protect the epithelium. Now, going further along, we have these chef cells, look like clouds, and then they basically, you can see they make it rain. Their job is just to secrete pepsinogen. It's an enzyme. I did it as in the green color. Excuse me. So we won't confuse it with like maybe alkaline or a basic product, because it's not. It's going to be and it's going to be an enzyme. So the inactive enzyme, excuse me, will be activated by a low pH. When it's activated by a low pH, it becomes from inactive enzyme to a pepsin, which is an active enzyme. And going here further down, we have the structure of the stomach, a box, 1 line for the mucosa, simple columnar epithelium, gastric glands, mucosa. Now the muscularis will be 3 layers thick, so we drew a box and 1, 2, 3. The pyloric sphincter, so we won't forget, I wrote like a little sphincter here, controls the chyme from stomach into the duodenum. Now going to that was the structure of the stomach. Now the function of the stomach, write out stomach, and then we'll have S for storage and sterilization, M for mechanical digestion via chyme, and then C for chemical digestion via acid, hydrochloric acid, and enzyme. Green is a green color, pepsin. All right, digestive physio part 1.